radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy, your radio host. I am so thankful and honored to have you to join me again this beautiful Tuesday. It is a beautiful Tuesday right now in Tallahassee. I know the weatherman said it's not going to be like that always today or tomorrow, but right now we're going to suck in this sunshine and we're going to enjoy it. I do pray that wherever you are, you are safe and that you are experiencing pretty good weather. I pray that things are going well with you and your family. But again, thank you so very much for joining in. If you would go ahead and tag and share and get people on here. Today's show is going to be real good. So I thank you for tuning in to the Hallelujah 95.3 FM Real Talk with Judy show. Where we help you to see that it is possible. What is it? Your dreams, your vision, your hope, your desire, even life. Everything you want to accomplish is possible if you believe. And not only that, you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. All right? You got to see it, or you never will see it. And guess what, y'all? That's real talk. I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. I am thankful that you chose to come on. You could have gone anywhere else, but you chose to be with me today for this hour of great empowerment. Y'all, when I tell you the Lord dropped something in my spirit, this show is going to bless you. This show, so I want to encourage you, go get people on here. Save your families. Go get people on here. And so I want to thank you all for joining me here by radio, Facebook Live, YouTube, Instagram, the Hallelujah 95.3 app. And to all of you outside of Tallahassee who keep joining me every Tuesday, I appreciate you so very much. And I definitely appreciate Tallahassee. That's the city I live in. So I am thankful and honored that you all will come back every Tuesday to join me. I want you to go ahead now, do me a favor. Tag, text, email, do whatever you have to get the listeners on. It's going to be a great show. And I think that they will benefit and so will you. But so as you do that, I'm going to go ahead and say hello to the greatest advisor, most influential woman in my life, person, not just woman, person in my life. That is my mom. Mother Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley, and she is the reason I am who I am, and she's still my trusted advisor, and she is still in the land of the living, and I give God praise every opportunity, every second. One of my first thank you to the Lord every morning is I thank him for my mom still being here, and I am so excited. As you already know, I spent 4 wonderful days with her a couple of weeks ago. And that was a highlight of my life for that moment. So I ask y'all to continue her in prayer. She's moving. She's doing well. God has strengthened her. And she's awesome. She's awesome. And we have always loved her. But after I think the doctor gave her like 4 months to live or three months to live or something like that. That was about 4 years ago. So she's still here and we still give her praise. All right. So also to my amazing husband. I thank God for my wonderful husband, and I'm excited. Lord, let us see October 17th. Y'all, we will be married 43 years. 43 years. I think that is awesome, and we celebrate it. All right, so, and of course to Priscilla John Louis, who does an excellent job as my marketing production manager. She is a director. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's getting used to her baby girl being at FAMU. She's getting used to her baby girl, Kayla, being at FAMU. And so we are excited. We celebrate Kaylin as well. So we thank God. Everybody's birthday. Our little Bailey was 5 on Friday, and we celebrated her, and we're excited. Anybody else's birthday, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, even if it's just life, we thank God so very much for you. Today's show is going to be about save your family. Save your family. And this came about because so often we're putting so many responsibilities and expectation on everyone else. And so I was praying and in Bible study, in my personal time of Bible study. And the Spirit of the Lord just impressed upon me to say, tell the people to save their family, save your family. Save your family, to get in there and work and bring life to your family, bring help to your family, and get them in there. And you can do this. So many times we look outside for who's going to help. And then we blame so many people. What is the governor doing? What is the president doing? What is the mayor doing? Where are the city commissioners? Where are the pastors? We put all that on there. If they would do their part, if they would step up, if they, where is Sheriff Walt McNeil? Where is Chief Rebels? If they would do their part, and I honestly believe, this is Judy Mandrell, believe that the people that I just named, they're doing their part. I got, a little thing with the governor, but everybody else is doing their part. I think the governor, as for some other things, I don't think there's much he can do to really help our families. I really don't. They can pass all the laws they want to. This is Judy Mandrell opinion. You're welcome to chime in. You're welcome to make comments. You're even welcome to disagree with me. It is perfectly okay. Okay, you're welcome to disagree with me. I promise you, we ain't gonna fall out. You disagree, and you, my friend, we could go get coffee or whatever you want. Or we go to Shell's, Miss Joe Ellen. I'm thinking about that anyway after the show. And you can pay. I'm not gonna fall out with you. I don't fall out with people because we disagree. But if we disagree now, and you want to meet me, we got to go to Joe Ellen's, and you got to pay. You got to pay today. All right. But listen, y'all. This is what I believe. They can put as many laws on the books as they want. They can have all kind of laws on the books. But what we need is in our family. Our families can save our family. What can help your family is your family. Your family can help your family. We're trying to look everywhere outside our families. There's some programs and stuff. You know what I did the other night? I got in my car and I rode around this entire city. This entire city. I mean, the entire city. And I prayed for all these cities. I mean, our city. I especially rode in my neighborhood. I live on the South Side, and I'm very proud of it. I live in the South Side, and I rode my neighborhood. I rode up and down the streets. I found streets that I did not even know existed. I rode over in Frenchtown. I rode over there, South City, Joe Louis Street, Holton Street. I rode down Thomasville Road and Capitol Circle. I rode and I rode and I rode. God bless you, Minister Howard. Thank you. Thank you. And I rode, y'all. You know why? Because my heart is in this city. And you know what? Who I prayed for? I prayed for the families. I prayed that people in the families would save their families. This is what I believe. Many of us, if not all of us, many of us have family members who have been to jail for, and probably not all of us, but many of us have family members who have been to jail. They've been to jail for drugs. They've been to jail for domestic violence. They've been to drug DUIs. Some have been in prison for gun violence. And many of our families have this. This is what God gave to me. Let's have like the Smith family reunion. I'm just saying that, or okay, the Wesley family reunion. That's my family. The Mandrell family reunion. And why not bring those men in with our young boys and young girls who admired them and bring them to the table and let your family members talk to them. Let Leroy tell little Leroy what it's like to be in prison. Let Ella tell little Ella what it's like, what it's like. That's right, Dr. William. Everything we need is in our families. Everything we need is in our families. Right? And you got to bring them to the table. Mr. Leroy outside would not have the greatest influence on your son or daughter like the family member on the inside. You understand what I'm saying? That we have to do that. Because we have it right there. Oh man, I got a show coming. Oh, it's gonna be so good. We are going to, God bless you, Pastor Morris. We're gonna start Moms on Duty. We're starting that. And y'all, oh man, I got the greatest people who coming on the show as soon as they can. The grandmama had her daughter at 14. Her daughter had her daughter at 14. But her daughter now is 22 years old. Her granddaughter is 22 years old, do not have any children, will have her master's next year. And the mother who had her at 14 have her master's in mental health. And her son that she had at 14 is now 32. The daughter and the son are 10 years apart because the mother, the matriarch had the daughter who was 14 to raise her own child. And that kept that child from having another child right after each other. Oh, that's going to be a good show. I'm not going to talk about it, but it's in the families. I want to read something to y'all. And this is what the Lord dropped in my spirit, because we were talking, and it saved your family. I want y'all to listen. We're gonna talk about Moses. We're gonna talk about Moses. Dr. William, we got to have that conversation. We got to bring the families. Man, I like to sit at that store and in that park on Orange Avenue in Meridian. Those are my peeps. All right, because we have some good conversation. I like to sit over there in the Holton Street Project and thank God for Darian Davis, awesome man who's doing a wonderful job in these projects. But get to sit down with these men and these women and find out, so yo, what's happening? What's on your mind? You know, what are you thinking about? What do you think? What do you have to offer to you? Listen, what do you have to offer to you, to your own family, to yourself? What's on the inside of you that you know valuable? And when you hear these young men, these young ladies, these little kids say nothing. When I have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old to tell me that their dream is to be a drug dealer, really to be a gatekeeper of the project, to know who's coming in and who's going out. Y'all, that is something else. But if we can get us in our families to talk to our people, to talk and tell them what it's like to be where they're wanting to go, that it may look glamorous, but it's a dangerous life. It's a dangerous life. 17-year-old with AK-47 assault rifles. Come on. Gold in their mouth. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm 64 years old. Gold played out, man. Gold is out of style. It ain't even a style no more. No, not it ain't even. I mean, I know some people wear it, that's your style, but it's out of style. And somebody need to tell the people in the family, yo, man, that's out of style. Just brush your teeth. Take that out, brush your teeth. Keep using the whiteness so your teeth become white, and do that. There's so much greatness in our families, y'all, and we got to get it out. But I want to go to Exodus. AJ, God bless you, Prophet. God bless you. Brother Mike Williams, thank you all so very much for coming on. I appreciate this. We got to save our family. Apostle, it's in our families. We got. Let me talk about Moses, and you all can write this down. We won't have time to get into it a whole lot, but I want to share with you some of the things that God gave to me, because y'all, my heart is His family. My heart is our families. I have the opportunity and the honor. The Dream Builders Greatness Center, our family affairs, God had, and then we are partnered with about 15 people, 15 organizations. God bless the Lamb. We are partnered with 15 organizations. Why? Because the dream that God, the vision that God showed me is so much bigger than me, and there's so many people who has the answer. I want to share this, and Dr. did talk about this. And y'all know I mentioned his name a lot. That's on the radio and outside the radio. I have people who don't even know Doc D. What you call it, for real, or know him in person or whatever, but they know him because I talk about him a lot. I just want to share this. He had something didn't go through. Now he gonna come up with something else. You know why? Because he's a dreamer. But I met his mama. I met Evangelist Glenda. I met her, and on the inside of her is what I'm about to talk about in a minute. Because on the inside of her, there's dreams and vision. Yes, Apostle, they know of him, but don't know him. Oh God, I'm about to have a fit. They know of him, but they don't know him. Somebody told me, they sat by me and they didn't even know I did all of that in the city. I said, because he hid me sitting right next to you until it was time to reveal. Here we are. Exodus 1:11. This is save your family. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters, that's the children of Israel, afflict them with their burden, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities. Isn't it amazing that the DeSantis want to hide our history as much we have built this country? As much as inventions and everything that we have helped in this country. Oh, wow. That's it, Prophet Apostle Fisher. We got to give people time. Do y'all hear that? He gave him an opportunity on the radio, fresh out of prison. Who does that? Because what do? We put prisoners' name on board and want to pray for them because they're such bad people. No. People in jail ain't bad people. They're the one who Jesus came for. All of us. Every last one of us. Okay? So listen. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. They got your families. This is going to be good. So the more the pharaohs afflicted them, the more they grew. They were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptian made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and brick and in all manner of service. All their service, and they made them serve with rigor. They made them serve with rigor. Name of the one was Shipra, and the name of the other. They made the midwives push the babies out fast. And when he do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stool, if it be a son, then he shall kill him. Listen, if it be a son, then he shall kill him. What's happening to our sons? What's happening to our men? They're being killed, unfortunately, by each other. That's the plan of the enemy. He wants us to kill our own self. Somebody said, no, we're saving our families. We're saving and say, no, I'm going to save my family. I'm going to save my family. I'm going to save my family. Nope. I went to prison. I know what it's like. So let's talk about it. I had a child at 14. Let's talk about it. Let's tell them I was a prostitute. Let's talk about it. They're trying to cast people out because of those things. No. Tell them I did quit school. Ooh, thank you, Holy Ghost. Let them know. You don't want to go down that route. Get your education. They used to say this. I don't know if they still say it. Maybe that's why they're trying to get rid of the books. They said, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. But guess what? We got so many black people writing books now. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, now you can't put it in the book because we're reading the books. We're writing the books. We aren't the books. We're telling our stories. We're coming forth. Ooh, thank you, Holy Ghost. Hallelujah. And we got to tell our family. We got to sit down. Can't wait on the mayor. Can't wait on the commissioners. It ain't their responsibility to save our family. It's your responsibility to save your family. He said, if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared God. They feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. Who saved the men children? The midwives. The midwives help to give birth. We need the midwives in the family to help save our children, and do not allow our people in your own family to kill each other. Talk to them. We're not ignorant of what they're doing. And I know what I'm talking about, because after people are killed and stuff, and we're sitting out there talking to them, you say, well, I knew this was this. I knew this was this. Why talk to them in advance? Sit little Robert down. Or Robert who's 45, or Robert who's 35. Sit them down. An apostle, I got to put mine in the book. I keep talking. I don't know what God, I don't want him to have to slap me side my head. You know, hello, Minister Lockett. Now put it in the book. Let's save our families. Talk to your family. Have small circles. You want to meet with everybody, meet with your family. Take them to Village Inn. Take them to Carrabba's. Take them to Joe Ellen. I like Joe Ellen. Take them to Joe Ellen and sit back there in the corner, not the round table at a certain time, because that's my spot. But go back there. Talk to your family. I used to go to Quincy. I forgot the lady's name. She gave me a hog head cheese. I never known what that was before in my life. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, we're city. All this area up here is country. I never heard of a hog head cheese, and she gave me a real hog head in a bag. I threw it away because I didn't know what to do with it, right? But come on, listen to this. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives. Why have you done this thing and have saved the men children alive? Why are you saving your family? You know he ain't no good. You know she ain't no good. You know this. But what I love about God, somebody say God is a God of second chances. God is a God of chances. His desire is that none of us perish. His desire is that none of us go to hell. And for those of you who don't believe hell is real, it really is. But his desire is that we don't go there. He didn't create us to go to hell. He created us to have a relationship with him, to be part of him. Okay? And the midwife said, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, but they are lively and are delivered if the midwives come in unto them. Therefore, God dwelt well with the midwives. Y'all better hear me. God dwelt well with the midwives. There are some of you in your family, your responsibility is to help birth come into your family. Your responsibility is to help your family deliver. That's your responsibility. Your responsibility is to help them live. We don't have time to baby our families. We don't have time, y'all. These children are coming here smart. Age 3, they're smart. Age 4, they're smart. Age 2, they are smart. It is, and if your family is not progressing, if the young people in your family cannot read, cannot write, cannot spell their name, can't put puzzles together, can't follow direction, it's an indictment on the family. Not, and I know you say, well, these children having babies so young. Listen, we've always had babies young. This is not a new thing. We've always had babies young. So the people in your family who have had children young and your children are successful, teach the ones now how to raise these children. This right here might upset somebody, and it is okay. Stop. If the child got one baby at 14, make her keep and raise that baby, and she won't have another one at 15. Try that and see if I'm right or wrong. Grandmamas, we can't enable these children. We can't enable these young people. My mama made my sister take care of her baby. She sure did. My sister was 26. My mother said if we had baby before we got married, she's gonna put us in an unwed mother's home. That's what she said. My sister got pregnant at age 26. She had already graduated college and everything. My mama put a for sale sign in front of her house, talking about my daddy and her going to buy a condominium for 2 people. That didn't work. That didn't work. Yeah, we got to save our own family. I want you to hear that this is good. And it came to pass because the midwife feared God that he made them houses. Hear me, families. When you save your family, midwives, hear me, God made them houses. God blessed them for saving those men's children. God bless them. There's a blessing in your family when you put forth the effort to save your family. My family can tell you, I am big on family reunion. I am big on going to the houses, talking about this stuff right here in my family. Think I'm going to put it in the whole world and don't talk to my family? They know. They know Judy going to do that. Oh, yeah, Judy going to do that. God bless you, Pastor Cooper. Judy going to do that. I am not going to talk to everybody else and not talk to my family. We go out to eat. We go to Bahama Breeze. This in Fort Lauderdale. Bahama Breeze, a cheesecake factory, or the flea market, the swap. Where I like to go, y'all? The flea market, and we're talking. We're talking. Yeah, I got people in my family who've been to jail and prison for gun violence. I do, for drugs. But guess what? They are successful rehabilitated. Because we don't want people in the family going to talk and you still doing drugs. What you gonna tell them? You still doing drugs. What are you gonna tell them? You still fighting, you still beating your wife, you still beating your husband, you still putting your children, your children ain't going to school. What are you gonna tell them? No, we need people who are successful. Yeah, and some people think I'm hard. You better believe it, because I don't want to see my family going to prison and jail. A lot of my families, they are either college graduate, business owners, entrepreneurs, supervisors, or something like that. That's right. That's right. They are. Education is stressed in my family. It is stressed in my family. And we believe in that. That's what I do right now. Getting into the families. Get you some tutors. Get you some tutors. Stop making excuses. Get these children educated. It's an indictment on the family. Hear me. The family. When we sit around and see this stuff not working in our family, then talking about where's the commissioner? What they doing? If I had more money, you don't need no more money. Well, you do need more money. We do need a lot of money to work. But guess what? You can make it work in your family. You can make it work in your family. This is what Pharaoh said, all to his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. He wanted them to cast into the river because he knew the river was dangerous. He look at God. He said, cast them in the river, because he expected them to die going down that river. But God had a plan for Moses, right? He had a plan for Moses. And Moses' mama, when he was born, in verse 2, in chapter 12, that's right. Chapter 2, verse 2, and the woman conceived and bare her son. And when she saw him, mothers, look at your children. Look at your children. And when she saw him, You got to see it before you see it. When she saw him, he was a goodly child. He was a handsome child. She saw value and worth in her son. She saw that in her son. And she hid him for 3 months because there was a mandated killing, a signing to kill the men children. There was a signing to kill the men children, the boy child. But she hid him for 3 months. Oh God, she hid him. In your families, you have to hide these children from certain elements. You have to hide your family. You have to hide your daughters. This is going to be a rough one right here. You can't allow that uncle or that cousin or that man or woman who will molest these children to molest them. And if you know he's a molester and he's done it before, I'm talking about with proof. I ain't talking about allegation. And you know that? Come on. You know he's an abuser. You know he's an alcoholic. Talk to him. Tell him how he's destroying or she destroying the family. But she hid him for as long as she could. In verse 3, it said, and when she could no longer hide him, she took him. Listen to the creativity of this mother saving her son. Mama, hear me. We got to be creative in saving our families. We have to be creative in saving our families. I like what the Church of God in Christ does. If you got a child, I think it's 10 and under, or 11 and under, and you call yourself a missionary, they don't license you to go out. They tell you to stay home and take care of your family. And I think mamas and daddies, they have to figure that out. But that child should not go neglected. I think that we can't be so busy that we put the child on auntie and grandmama and all of that kind of stuff. Mama, that child is your responsibility. Daddy, that child is your responsibility. And as parents, you all have to come together, whether y'all married or y'all separated now. This is what my mama told us. My mama said, y'all was in love when you laid down and got pregnant. Then when you get up, you ain't in love no more. She said, but love should take care of that baby. And so the child still got to be taken care of and provided for. And whether y'all are married, you don't like each other, it's the responsibility of the mother and the father to save that child. Y'all don't have to like each other. You don't have to be together, whatever. But listen to how you save your family. This mother became creative. And she didn't just throw Moses in the river. She didn't just throw him in the river. She created a safety basket for him. Hear me. We got to save our families. She created a safety basket for her son. She knew the element of the water. She knew the element of what was the climate and all of that the potential of him not succeeding in that water. She knew the potential of him drowning or him being eaten by an alligator or a crocodile or stung by an eel, or she knew the potential, the possibility. But as a mother, she was creative in saving her children. Minister Howard, if you ain't hit it on the nail, you hit it on the nail. She said, stop allowing your children to spend the night everywhere. They don't need to spend the night nowhere. Keep them in their own beds. Keep your child at home, especially in this climate. We didn't get to spend the night nowhere. We spent the night, all right, in my sister's room or she spent the night in my room. That's what we spent the night in the den. We made tents in the den. That was our spend the night. And ain't nobody spend the night at our house either. No, my mom and dad would say, go home. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't play that. Come on. You got to save and you cannot be afraid to speak to your children And I know people, you're friends with your children. However you want to do it, that's totally up to you. But and he ain't call you to be a friend. He called you to be a parent. When you birth these children, you're a parent. I gave my mama a card that says to my mother and my best friend. My mama sent the card back to me. And she told me, I am not your best friend. I am your mother. When I turned 50 years old, she still didn't allow me to call her best friend, but I did. She did keep the card that I said friend. And you know what happened? I respect her so much more as my mother than my best friend. That don't mean that that's right or wrong. If y'all are best friends, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. I said me and my mom, that's how my mama did us. Because sometimes we don't know how to differentiate that line between mama and friend. And so when you tell them to do something, they and stop taking up for your child when they're wrong. Let's teach principles. But listen to this. The mama was creative. But what was his sister? His sister was watching to see what, that verse 4, his sister was watching afar off to see what was going to happen to him. She was watching her brother. Come on, this is saving your family. His sister was watching afar off. His sister was watching. His mother put the baby there, but his sister was watching. This is a family affair, y'all. This is a family affair. This is a family affair. Aunties, sisters, grandmother, all of us got to be involved in saving our own families. Now, we're going to help because it takes a village. But the ultimate responsibility comes from your family. Your family. You know the boy bad. Stop telling lies. Oh, he's so good. You know he needs help. Get him help. Can I tell y'all something? It is not cute. We got some of this. We've seen this in our daycare. It is not cute when a 2-year-old tell the mama to shut up and the mama starts smiling. That's not training no child. That's not training him. That's not training her. My mama would twist my lips. My God. Pop me in my mouth. And I said me because I was the most sassy one. I need to know why. I need to get an understanding. I need to know why I can't go. Why I can't do this. Why you let my brother do things and you don't let me do things. Anyway, Pharaoh's daughter came down to wash herself at the river, and her maiden walked alongside the riverside. And when she saw, listen, when Pharaoh's daughter saw the creative ark among the flags, she sent her maiden to fetch it. You got to be so creative in your family that people catch it. Habakkuk, write the vision, make it plain. Bishop Stewart said so people will read it and fund it. People fund what they're attracted to. And if you are building and you're making things happen and you're providing a service and it's attractive, people fund those things. People fund it. You working hard to save the family, working hard to save your family. People fund that. Oh, God. And when she had opened it, she saw the child. My God. When she opened it, she saw the child. When she opened it, she saw the child. And when she saw the child wept. And she had compassion. And she said, this is one of the Hebrews' children. Can I tell you something, y'all? You start saving your family. You start putting some structure. You start putting dynamics in place in your family. You increase the dynamics that you already have in your family. You build that family. You pour into your family. You make that family happen. What began to happen when other people see your family having a hard time, they have compassion on it. And that's when everybody come and help. That's when you can look for the mayor and the commissioners and these funding agencies and these organizations. That's when, because they see that your family is working to save your family. I know some people don't like this kind of talk because we want to look at for handout. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I look at Priscilla, what she does now with all of this stuff, with all of this graphics and flyers and website and productions and iPods. I'm not iPod, podcasts and all this stuff. There was a time she couldn't do none of that. But you know what happened? The church needed help. And she learned from Dr. Davis. Dr. Davis learned from somebody. She was a journalist major, so, you know, but she learned, and Priscilla perfected her craft in the church doing flyers because there was a need. God calls you forth, y'all, because there's a need. And he brought you forth. He brought your family forth because there's a need in the earth for your family. I'm about to go. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, listen, this is this girl saving her brother. His sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women? Listen to this. Shall I go and call a nurse from the Hebrew women that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called his mother. His mother. God so strategically orchestrated that it shall be his mother who raised him, even though they didn't know that that was her mother. God had it, didn't know that was his mother. God had already planned it before Moses was born, because God had a plan for Moses. And Pharaoh's daughter said, take this child away and nurse it for me, and I'm going to pay you. She paid Moses' mama to raise him. But it was God already who had planned for Moses to do this. It was God who planned for Moses. Dr. Pam, God bless you. It was God who planned for Moses' mama to take care for him in Pharaoh's house. Listen, y'all, God planned for Moses' mama to take care of him in a place where she didn't have the resources. She wasn't rich. She was a Hebrew. She didn't have it. But God put him and his sister in Pharaoh's house and caused him to be raised. When you start taking care and saving your own family, God will give you blessings. God will give you plans. God will give you things that he gave the midwives houses. God will sustain your family when you take care of your family. That's why he got all this other stuff in place to help you take care of your family. You see them going down the wrong way, you stop and you bring them in and talk to your family. So what, they're sassy. So what, they're 32. So what, they're 40, 25, 26. Set some standards. The lady I'm going to have on here shortly, not this show, but another show, she says she's the housekeeper of her house. She's the housekeeper. She said what's going to be and what's not going to be. She set the standards. Listen to me. There's a killing happening in our family, and we must save our family. God already knew the plans he had for Moses. He already planned that Moses would be a leader inspired by God that was able to build a united nation from a race of oppressed and weary slaves. He built a whole nation. He was the leader. Mount Sinai, God gave him the 10 Commandments. He was the interpreter of the covenant laws. He was the organizer of the community, religious, and civil tradition. God knew that. God had a plan for Moses. Oh my God. I'm done. God had a plan for Moses. There are people in your family that you owe it to them to help save their life. You owe it to them to help save their life. No, you owe it to them. You owe it to your family. You owe it to your family. And you got to see it before you see it. You got to see that your family deserve everything any other family deserve. You got young children in your life. All these children ain't ESE and slow and all that kind of stuff. Invest in your children. Invest in your children. Go to the PTO meeting. They in college, make sure they do it. If they don't want to go to college, y'all get them a trade. Tell them they going somewhere. They going somewhere. Let them become get a trade going on, get something going on. But something got to happen. Domestic violence, you got to let them know. And can I say that if you see something, say something. If you know Junior got a real bad attitude and he's looking for Brenda, and there's a possibility that he might kill her, tell somebody. That's not snitching. That's saving lives. They even got a Crime Stopper. It's anonymous. Crime Stopper. We got to save our family. And then y'all, when we invest in saving our own family, we get to save the village. We get to save the village. That's what this show is about today. Save your family. Save your family. Stop depending on everybody else. And this is what happened though. As you start saving your family, there are fundings. There is organization. There are people who will come alongside you and help you. You know, my organization is one. There's a whole bunch of them out there. There's a whole bunch of them out there. There's some good organizations. I'm talking about Tallahassee. There's some good organizations out there. But guess what? They can't do it without you. They can't save your family without you. And so we all come alongside because we see the Mandrells really working to save their families. And then when we see that and somebody say, hey, Dr. Judy, can Dream, I think Dream Builders Family Affairs would be good for this family. And then like LaShawn does, set up all in Talithia, and they set up all kind of meetings. And we meet with families. I meet with families sitting in the street. I meet with families on their porch. Yeah, in-house family stuff. So family, let's be creative. Let's make let's save our families. All right. All right. I want to thank y'all for chiming in today. Would y'all do me a favor? Would y'all share this on your page? Would y'all share this? I think this show was good. Would y'all share this on your page, please? Share this on your page. I believe everybody needs to hear this. Yeah, I believe the Lord used me to bring out some good points today. I really do. And I believe that it should be shared. It's going to help our family. Thank you again for tuning in to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy, your host, and I call myself by the definition of the Holy Ghost, the people architect. I help people build. I help people grow. So listen to this. Join me tonight, if you would, 7:30. I am teaching Bible study tonight. And it's going to be faith without works is dead. Work your faith. Put your faith to work. That's what I'm going to talk about. Put your faith to work. We have enough talking. Put your faith to work. All right, join me at 7:30, and then join me again Sunday at 11 a.m. at Life Changers. I promise you, God is blessing us. He's growing us. All right. Oh, join me Thursday night, ladies. Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. at the Stephen Park over on Lake Bradford. We're having women prayer. We're calling all the women in the city to meet us at the water. Oh, isn't that something? We're going to put Moses in there and send him on down the river. But we're going to pray at the Speed Spencer Stephen Park at 6:30, 1907 Saxon Street. All women, calling the morning women and sending for Connie women, that we may take up a wailing for our city. It said, especially Tallahassee citywide women intercessory prayer. All women. I look forward to seeing you Thursday night. Remember, save your family. Oh, Monday, September the 4th, join us at Life Changers for our citywide prayer. I know it's Labor Day weekend, but it's also Prayer Monday. All right. I love you guys. Y'all have a good one. I am Real Talk with Judy. This is Real Talk with Judy Radio on Hallelujah 95.3 FM. And I am Dr. Judy. Remember, it is up to you to save your family. That's real talk.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy.